Today, I want to talk to you about work-life balance. Good morning and welcome to In the Car with Clint number 118. Let's not get too caught up on the details. Today I want to talk about work-life balance and specifically a relationship with a significant other and children, right? So, I obviously run a group of companies that turns over $10, $11 million a year. I am, mentally on 16 hours a day or whatever. I don't sleep. I sleep 7 hours a day now. I've kind of found this happy amount for anyone that thinks you can only sleep 4 hours a day if you want to run a business. And I have 3 children and I'm happily married. So, how does that work? How do I spend all this time running my businesses and still be a functioning member of my family, you might ask? So when Celeste was first pregnant with our oldest son, Jack, I had a conversation with another business owner regarding this, and I was like, how do you manage to do it? And he's got a much bigger business than I do. How do you get this all to work, right? I'm doing this. There's an expectation that I actually spend some time with my kid. What's the go? And he said, you need to sacrifice some stuff, right? So if that means you're not going to play cricket this season, then you sacrifice it. If that means you can't go to the pub and get drunk on a Friday night, you have to sacrifice it. If that means you can't play video games every night to release from a hard day at work, then you're going to have to sacrifice. And it's really a case of deciding what matters to you most. And for me, the 2 things that matter to me most is building my empire and being a good role model and an available parent and husband. So I don't see my friends as much as some people do. I don't have a sporting team that I follow. I don't have a sporting team that I'm a member of. I don't go out that much. I don't watch Netflix. I don't play video games. There's a lot of shit that I just don't do because it's very easy, and I talked about this probably in recent videos, to get caught up in blaming others. I can't be there for my son because I play cricket and that I've got to do this. That's your choice, right? You choose what you want to do with your time. Obviously, barring some extreme cases of caring for the elderly that might be sick, and the majority of you, right? Deciding what is important to you first and foremost. Second, communicate with the people in your circle of happiness, whatever you want to call it, right? So, in the initial stages, if you're a young entrepreneur and you're trying to build an empire and you're single, if you can see that you're going to be working 80, 90, 150, I don't even know how many hours a day you can work, a week you can work, but if you can see that that's going to be the case, and maybe you have no desire to have children, and there's a good chance that you're probably going to live in another country in the next 4 years, blah, 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 you have a responsibility to yourself and to your significant other or others, depending on how many people you want to be in a relationship with, to communicate that at the start. Because I've talked about this before, ill feelings only occur when there's a miscommunication miscommunication, which creates a misalignment of deliverables or expectations because of a lack of communication. Probably could work on that. So if you're dating, or I'd be making it really clear, I'm gonna probably not be around a lot, or I'm gonna travel a lot, or I'm gonna be working a lot, and I might not see the kids a lot when they're growing up, or whatever it might be, so that you're clear with the person. Because I'm lucky, obviously Celeste and I met before I was running businesses, so I was an employee. I was a great employee if you ask me, and so I'd just come home each night. I'd still work on the business and stuff, but it's not the same as owning the company and always being switched on and having 30 or 40 people that are ringing you going, I need this, I need that. So we've had to have those conversations after the fact, which is challenging because the person that Celeste started dating and then subsequently married isn't the person that she's now married to. I'm at another level as far as my commitment to my work, and she stood up and said, this is a really bad way of putting it, I will stop working, which she loved doing, to help support Clint in chasing his dreams. That's a fucking big deal, right? And you're not going to get that from a lot of partners, and if you do, then great, but if you communicate early, then it's going to be fine. Then during the whole relationship, it's about communication. Now, I've got children that are 4 and 8, and you know, I'm now getting that, are you going to work again? Like, yes I am. I make sure that I don't ever tell them something that I'm going to do and then don't do it. So if I'm going to pick them up from school, I pick them up from school, and that's a massive one. I did realize it, but I picked up all 3 of my children from kindy in school on Tuesday last week, and when I got there, the teacher was like, Lucy has been talking about you coming to pick her up all day. Like, and it's just a blip on your radar, but you got to remember that other people have different things that are important to them than you, and so if you communicate that you're going to do something in your relationship, you need to do it, especially with your children. And then last of all, I guess, don't be too hard on yourself, right? If you're going to try and get into the top 1% or top 0.1% of entrepreneurs on earth, you can't do it by doing what everyone else does. It's just the reality of it, right? You can't have the same behavior as someone who has a day job that works 8 till 5 or 9 till 5, and then is, you know, the president of their local soccer club, and you know, coaches the footy team for their kids. Like, you just can't compare yourself, and it's not healthy for you to put that pressure on yourself, like this, whatever the societal norm is around expected time with you or your partner or your friends. You're not spending enough time with your friends. You just have to do you, because ultimately, if you're not happy, you can't bring happiness to the people around you. So that's it. I guess to recap, that was a pretty big video. Sorry, D'Artagnan's probably gone now. We've lost him. Make sure that when you are, I guess, choosing a partner, which sounds really bad, but you know, if you're in a relationship, communicate with the person that you're in a relationship around how you think you're going to be living your life for the next 40 years. If they're going to be in that life for the next 40 years, maybe 20 with divorce rates, then communicate really well throughout the process, so that everyone is on the same page around what you are going to do and what you aren't going to do, and then don't judge yourself too much. Just do the best you can. That is it. Wow, 7 minutes. It's been a while since I've done a long one. Hopefully you got some value from that. If you are out there crushing it, I wish you all the best. I truly believe that entrepreneurs are the people that change the world, and it's not the politicians. It's the entrepreneurs. So hopefully you're doing something out there to put a dent in the universe, if that's the best way to put it. And if you like this video, please hit that like button or subscribe to the channel. That would be really special to me. I had a Zoom meeting last night with a mate. I had a cyber beer, and I was saying, I feel like the content I'm putting out is really valuable and no one's seeing it, and that's just the way YouTube and these things are. But if you think this is of value and you can share it with someone, I'd appreciate it. If not, that's cool too. Enjoy your weekend for those of you that live for Saturdays and Sundays, and I'll chat to you on Monday. Actually, this video might not go out today. It might be Saturday now. Who knows? Anyway, that's enough from me. See ya.